Yeah, so recording is started. So yeah, so first of all, I can see here there are many people. So I'll just do a thing. So today we're just starting with Angular, basically, which is front-end framework. Before that, inside Angular, we have technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, right? Bootstrap, TypeScript, and Angular. So basically, for any full stack, they want to learn at least any one of the UI library or framework. So now we will start with Angular. So for example, now Python full stack will have Angular, Python, Python core, Django, and web development, etc. Java full stack also having the same, but instead of Python, they will all get the Java modules and SQL along with that to store something in database that we will call as SQL structured query language. So as a full stack, first we need to start with any technology. So since we are starting with UI, so that if you write some code, you can easily understand why you wrote that and that will be displayed on the browser. So that we'll go from front to back. Then you will go to back Python or Java so that what is the use of that Python or Java, then you can clearly understand. Without that, if you directly go to Python or Java, if you're writing something and consoling the print and something, printing something on console, you don't know why you are consoling and why you are printing, what is the use of it. So that is why we just started with front end. If you write front end, means you develop some web application and our Android application. So Angular directly proportional to Ionic framework, which you can directly migrate to Ionic, which is an Android app, Android and iOS. In Mac, you can build it right as an iOS app in Play Store, like Android Studio, which is there in Windows anything, you can directly make it as Android app. So that is directly proportional. Since you are doing first as a front-end web development, you know how the internet works, how the computer works, and how the website works. Then you know what is Java, what is Python, and what is .NET if you are taking into any other perspective courses. So how we are using that. So then you can understand as a full stack application. So that is how we started with Angular. Okay, Raman. So now, since it's an Angular is a web application framework, so developed by Google, recent times the current version is Angular 17, which is the latest version, right? For every 6 months, Angular will be releasing the version by version so that they can improve that, they can do the improvements, right? So that that will be optimized, that will be very fast. So companies will be adapting more, and which is standalone, right? No need to do complex building operations, so it will load much time. This is not the case. It is updating day by day. So now we'll start with that. So before that, so in Angular, we need to going to cover HTML and HTML5, the next version, which is the current version, CSS and CSS3, and JavaScript, TypeScript, Angular. In between, when class comes, aptitude reasoning, everything will be covered. And also group discussions, communication, and soft skills might be covered. So those will get as a modules here. This is nothing but LMS. Whenever you do some admission, right, and you pay some fee, on the next day itself, you'll get this access. Even though you are not there here, you join online the same way how someone is joined today. The same way you can join if you miss the class, if you can join online. And that will be recorded and put in the same module. For example, I just discussed introduction to HTML web development. Then the same recorded video will be provided in YouTube, and it will be provided as unlisted link, which will not be publicly accessible. But with this, by clicking this link only, you can access. If LMS is there, then everything will be there with you. You can download the material of that particular module. If any assignments are there, that will be provided with task tag so that you can directly access, right? And the syllabus will be on the head of the course syllabus. Then you see now, I open module 9 and have the scroll bar here. When you come after 1 year or 1 month, wherever you stop at the course, it will retain the position of the course. So whatever it may be, it is retained, right? So again, I will do module 8. It will retain the whatever the module you already opened, even though you refresh or come back after some time. So it will tell you you are here. So this is how our LMS works. So basically, once you logged in, what all the course you are assigned and joining to, that will be there, and that you can navigate. For example, you are applied for Java full stack and it is going. It is completed because I am the admin. I am already teach some other batches. That is completed. Your batch is not completed. That might complete today for this particular module. If I complete, then I will update this in the admin access, right? So that will be updated for you, right? Right. So then we'll start now. So this is Java full stack. We'll go with Angular or something. Even in Java full stack also, we'll have the same modules. When you go to HTML, so that will be the same. It is this clear, right? How to use and how we are going to. So then we'll start introduction to web development. Yeah. So Vishnu, today and tomorrow we'll just repeat the same class which you already listened for the new people, and we'll go for.
Okay, sir.
So what is the web? So basically, a website is nothing but a overall computing domain or something which will be available for the user. So this one we'll call as a website, which will works on the browser. So that will have some domain names around, which is DNS. So that DNS we need to buy. For example, lms.bytesplash.in. Here, bytesplash.in is a domain which I bought. So whenever I click lms.bytesplash.in, right? So how it will process the request? So basically, I connected to Wi-Fi here, which we have Act Fibernet. So then once I click lms.bytesplash.in, which I have connected the Wi-Fi or mobile tower if you are using mobile, then it will pass as the radio waves. From the past onwards, we have radio signals. If you increase the radio frequency, generation might change. So now is the 5th generation. You already know 5G is running. So because of the frequency and bandwidth, radiation will increase, birds will die, but technology will be fast. Bandwidth might increase, fast maybe increase, right? So, once I click lms.bytesplash.in, this is my website which I already hosted. So that is DNS. For every system, there will be an IP address. IP address will be in the computer format. You already might know that will be around 192.168.1.1. This will be IP address, which I will say IP version 4, which will be 4 bytes. Here, you already know computer might works in bytes, zeros and ones. 1 byte equal to 8 bits. 1024 bytes equal to 1 kilobyte, 1024 kilobytes equal to 1 megabyte, 1024 megabytes equal to 1 gigabyte, 1024 gigabytes equal to terabyte, exabyte, petabyte, zettabyte. You already know. Why it is 1024? Because here, since it is zeros and ones, we can make it only on 2 powers. You got it, right? Since it is 4 bytes, I already tell you what is the maximum value of this. 255. Because 1 byte equal to 8 bits. 8 bits means 2 power 0 to 2 power 7. You calculate it. Till 1 2 you'll get 128, right? So I see 128 is the 2 power 7. What is the 64? 2 power 6. 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. So now let's see, 2 power 0 is 1, 2 power 1 is 2, 2 power 2 is 4, 2 power 7 is 128. If I add it total, 255. The max value will get IP address is 255.255.255.255, which will start with 255.0.0.1, 255.0.0.2. Like this, it will go in n number of permutations and combinations, right? In mathematical, you already know. So when Geo came, this is exhausted. Those many million devices are using internet. Then they introduced V6, IPv6, IPv6, my IP. If I search, right, IPv6, let's see, my IP in IPv6. Our is Airtel broadband. Let's see. So domain name server. So this is the IPv6. This is the IPv4, right? If you run the test trial of your local system or your mobile phone also, this is the IPv4 address. This is the IPv6. This we will call as, this will be provided by ISP, Internet Service Provider. Our Internet Service Provider is Airtel, for example, right? So they will provide you IP address With that, your device will be registered, internet will be provided, right? That is how. Now, where we are, once I click lms.bytesplash.in, it will navigate that particular request to using radio waves, it will go to the router. From router, it will pass at the zeros and ones signal in wire, which is the physical layer. From it will go to that network layer. Network layer is nothing but two networks are doing. So I will just show that network layer. Go to inspect, right click and inspect and show the network tab. Once I enter this in network layer, it will pass the request and get the response. That is what network layer. So once it went for network layer, so it will search for which server it is hosted. For example, this server is hosted in New Zealand or London. The request will go in such a way. First, it will go to the router, right, which is there in your system, in your home or in your room. From there, it will travel in the wire because we have wide fiber net. From there, it will go to the nearest hub, which is the capital. Since we are in Bangalore, we have Bangalore hub. From there, it will go to the nearest sea point. Since our server is not there, it is there in New Zealand, or Australia, or London. Signal might come out of the India and go to the another country and get back the request and response, right? So how it will go? So on the earth, it will transfer as the signals we have because we have mobile towers, signals, routers, etc., which will transfer the signals. You might know, you might don't know maybe how it will increase the signal strength, because if you're talking here and Susmita is listening, how it is maintaining the same quality of the audio or something, because in between router is nothing but connecting to internet points. So we have the repeaters. Repeaters will repeat the signal strength. In nearby towers, we have repeaters. So it will increase the strength. It will go to there and it will come back. So once it will reach the C point, it need to go to the another country, right? So internet is free, but you need to maintain the routers, towers and all. We are paying that. So internet is there with the towers and routers and all with the radio waves. Once it is reached the end of the C port, right? From there, it will travel in the wire. It will travel in the physical layer, which is wire. There it will go as an electronic signal, which will transfer as 0 and 1, which you see in hospitals or something, right? The same way. So easy people will understand that zeros and ones signals. So now I will show you how internet go and pass it. Internet is free, but in order to maintain that system, that towers, we are paying that. Why Jio is provided free internet? Because they own their own internet line from Mumbai. We can see this in the submarine cable map. If you press enter submarine cable map, there is a website, which is a world website. It will be available for the whole world. So now let's see. This is the internet that is connected throughout the world. I think in India, we have Kerala, Kochi, Trivandrum, Tamil Nadu, and Mumbai. These are the 5 points where internet will be going out from our country. One is Chennai. This is Tuticorin. It is almost Tamil Nadu or Kerala. Trivandrum. Another one is Kochi. Another one is Mumbai. Mumbai Tata Communications, they laid online. Might be this or this. Geo Communications, they laid online, which will be like bundles of the wires that will be transferred, because you can't install towers right in sea. That will be fall down after some minutes only, because that much depth you can't drill. But wires, if you join from one point to another point, it will float. Those much material they can use, which is a floating material, right? So if you're learning swimming means in borewell, you'll tie water can, which is an empty can, so that with the air you can come onto the top, right? So it will take you the up, so that you can go inside the water. The same way they use those much material, so wires will float on the water. So they will have maintenance activity. So that signal from India, here we are, Bangalore. It will transfer to maybe Mumbai or the which is nearest one. Nearest one is Mumbai only, because that need to transfer to the London. So from here it will go to Africa. From there it will go to here, Romania, and it will go to the London. And the same way it will come back. So that is a request response. Wherever the server it is there, it will go to their particular point and it will attach to the lms.bytesplash.in domain and it will get back the response. That we will see that response in network layer in browser. Whenever you refresh this, right, you are asking this with this particular course because you already logged in. So then you will get the response. You are getting the response, that is get request. So that is how internet works. So that might be Android app, that might be web app, everything will works the same way. Internet, we have physical layer, which is wire or something, data access layer, network layer, transport layer, how the request will transport, right? These many layers we have, that is how it will work. With that only internet might work. Finally, when it reaches to the server or something, it will comes to zeros and ones only. What is the value of 128? It's like 100000, right? Because you already know computer will be in bits. 1 byte will have 8 bits. If I put 0 all here, then all will become zeros. If I put 1 here, then it might become this is 1th place. Means it's 2 power 7 means 1. Means it will be 128. If I put all zeros, then it will become 0. So I want only 32 as a value. Then my byte will look like this. This will be the 32 of this value. So everything will be converted into zeros and ones. Rahman, the name, Mahesh name will be converted into zeros and ones. The image you uploaded, the video you uploaded will be converted into zeros and ones, right? Which will be of bytes. I will show you. I will upload image to byte or whatever it may be. So because of ASCII values, we have American Standard Code for information interchange. I will show you that ASCII table. Go to images. Here we have ASCII table. So if you enter space, the value of the space is 32. If you enter at the rate, the value of at the rate is 64. That 64 you already know. This is the place of 64. That's how Mahesh, capital M, capital A starts with 65, small a starts with 97. So everything will have a value. So now see, once you load this, right, these many characters you are trying to load means these many characters consuming some bytes of data, right? Those many bytes will be taken away from your internet balance. Got it, right? If you upload and download video and audio, those many bytes and kilobytes of that particular file size, I just downloaded the Java full stack syllabus. 989 kilobytes is, removed from my internet balance. So because my file have many lines of code, many lines of characters that will all be combined as 989 kilobytes. The same way my website all will be combined as some kilobytes, right? So the same way, because of ASCII, so it will be consumed from your internet balance. So I will show you how to like image to byte converter. I will show one of the website. Right. Not this one. So I'll just upload an image. So anything. So that might be anything. Image to byte code online. Not this one. There might be website. File to bytecode converter. So I will just upload this image. Where is this? Take any file. I will upload this. Convert to JSON byte array. We have one website that is more promising than this website. I know. Let's see another website. So it will convert that particular file, whatever it may be the file, convert file. Let's see here. Let's see, because hexadecimal, decimal, that is nothing but ASCII, right? You already know. This is hexadecimal. Let's see. File to convert. Okay, this is a software. No need to install. This is the website. File to base 64. I'm just searching for this only. So now you see the real of Maza of that, how to convert. See, this is the code. So that image which I uploaded is converted to base 64, which is a 64-bit bytes that is converted. Now you will get back. This is file, right? Now you see byte code to file. Again, you have reverse. You will go to reverse website and see this. Convert bytecode to image online. Means these are nothing but the tools. So now we just see this, see the magic of that. Generate an image. This is the image which I uploaded, right? This is the image which I uploaded. So that I got back. I will show that image. Here is that image. Ting, 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 ting. Not this one. Not this one also. This is the image which I uploaded. So I uploaded this image and got the bytecode. Again, I copied the bytecode and pasted here. I got the same image. If I remove at least one character, that will become invalid file. So if I Control Z, that is coming back. So that is how video, audio, everything will be converted into bytecode, and that will get back whenever you got the response from the server. That will be converted back using the programming. That will be JavaScript or Java Python. Because of the server programming, it will convert back. This is how website works. Everything in the code will be converted into zeros and ones back with the bytecode. Now you can see this bytecode will be converted into zeros and ones again, because everything will have some value, right? That will be converted into that. You got it, right? You understood till this point. Are you clear? Deepika, Vishnu, are you clear, right? Till this point. So that is how any website will work. That is how any website will work in this world. So that is what the introduction of the web page. Now, since we are learning HTML, right? Every website will be developed with the help of parser language, which is HTML. There is no compiler here. Just it will parse whatever you write, and we will just put onto the paper like kind of browser window. We will call everything as a window. We have many windows here. You already know which I opened. Everything we will call as a browser window, which I will call as document. This is nothing but HTML document. What all the objects we have, which are structured in such a way that we'll call as document object model here. That we will call as DOM, browser document object model. So this how we will do, like right click and go inspect. Any website we can do inspect, right? You need to just play around with that. So in the elements we can see the HTML. This is the HTML file. Whatever you write, that will directly parse it. So browsers will have HTML parsers. So that will already parse it. Now any website, you see the fancy things like, I'll just go to Angular so that you can see only front-end course, so that you can clearly understand, so that you will not confuse. So HTML and HTML5 to structure the page. CSS and CSS3 to apply the styles. JavaScript to do actions. If I click something, it should do something. If I click something, it will get something from the server. Who will communicate with server? JavaScript only will communicate. TypeScript TypeScript will the advanced version of JavaScript, which is typed JavaScript. It will have oops and all like Java, Python, .NET, something. Finally, Angular is nothing but a container which will all hold this and make the browser do application deployment perfectly so that it will be very fast. It will be a framework which is having additional features, right? So we'll learn all this. HTML is nothing but structure of a page. So since this is a color, blue color and white color, once I click on it, that is because of CSS, which is cascading style sheets. Once I click on it, right? Again, if I download it, again, if I click on it and if I open it, if I click on it, it will open the video. All this will, with the help of JavaScript, which is the client-side browser language, will say client-side scripting language. There is no compilation like Python. That we'll call as JavaScript. JavaScript, I will say, once I click on it, I will say JavaScript event. Once I will do some calculations with the help of some container, nothing but variable. You want to store email and password. I want to check the length of the password should be at least greater than or equal to 8 digits. That I need to put some conditions. We need to have the logics. That password should have at least one uppercase, lowercase number that we need to validate. That also will validate with if conditions. That will be conditions. If we want to store more than one value, the same way CSS have more than one module, like 25 modules. That will be a data which is having single value, which is CSS and CSS3 is single value, which is having more than one module. That will call as a list of data or will call as array of data. In C, C++, Java, who already learned, you already know. Storing more than one value is nothing but an array. So all this we will be loading in JavaScript because the same logic will apply in browser also, which is website. The same will be applied in the backside server also, so that we need to use JavaScript to do all these operations. Without JavaScript, you see there is nothing will be there. Just simple colors and structure are there. Like take a building. Building we have pillars, slab, everything. But there is no appliances inside that. Appliances will be JavaScript, which will be pouring some behavior. Paint is nothing but a color, which will be CSS. So without CSS, there is a dark. Everything will be black. I will just inspect and show you. I will remove all the CSS here. If I remove everything, CSS here, everything will be removed. See, that blue color is already gone. So everything is going back, right? So without CSS, everything will be black. I will uncheck all the CSS. See, everything is black, but it is there, right? But everything will be black. That is the power of CSS, right? So font size, I want to change. Font family, I want to change. That will be Calibri, Cambria, Microsoft Sans Serif, right? Everything. This is the font family, right? I can change the font family with the help of CSS only. I will just select this. Here we have selector. I can select this. I will change the font family. For example, I will change like I want to add font family to this one. I can add different font. That is font family with the help of CSS only. That is CSS. And if I clicking and downloading something or opening something, that is nothing but JavaScript. Without JavaScript, no website will run and communicate with the Java, Python or .NET, which is the server side languages. Right? Got it, right? This is what the main introduction of HTML. So that is what, and it will be there in the module 1 and 2 material. And how it is used in real world applications, you already know everything now, by now, right? Till this point, any doubts or anything, so that I can clear you, so that I will start module 2 and will complete. What Rahman, is it good, right? What Deepika, Gayani, Divyasri, Vishnu, is it good, right? Can I continue with module 2? So that we actually start HTML. Yeah. So basically, how to write something on HTML. So basically, we'll do write with some at least one app, right? That will be Notepad. So we'll start with. So in Java, you have .java, PDF will be .pdf, JPG, .jpg, PNG, which is the background transparent logos and all. The same way HTML will be .html. So we'll have HTML tag which is open, and we have close. Inside that we need to write the content. If you want to set the icon here, you see here it is having icon and it is having some title. This will be writing inside the head tag. Inside that we have head. HTML structure will be like this. First we'll have HTML tag. Inside that we have head tag. So in head tag, we'll do all the configurations. We'll attach JavaScript files. We'll attach CSS files. We will set the title of the web page. We'll set the icon of the web page. You see icon of the web page here, your buy splash icon, right? So that will be everything we'll do in head tag. And whatever inside the website, right, that will be inside the body tag. So we'll call as a HTML tags here. Opening tag and close tag. Right? You already know. Just I will do something. I will write something. Hi team. Welcome to Angular. So now I want to save it on desktop. I will say Angular batch 4 desktop.html. So once you are saving with .html extension, remove text. Otherwise, it will save as desktop.html.txt. You need to put as all files so that whatever the extension you give, it will save as it is. Now you go to the same folder, wherever it is Angular batch 4. You see now desktop. So you see hide in welcome allow Angular, right? You see there is no title, nothing. So I want to put some title for that. Then I will say in head tag, we have title tag. Inside that we have title tag. This is sample. I will just refresh it. We have this, see. This is sample, we have that. We can also set the icon for that. Just that is how we need to go forward. Now, I want to raise a question here. If you are writing in this blank screen with this much of indentation and nothing is perfectly fine here, everything is will be like this and something. So you don't have anything, you need to type it on your own. That will take much time, right? So for that, we have IDEs. IDEs are nothing but integrated development environments. IDE. So here for front end, mostly we'll use Visual Studio Code, which is an IDE editor. I will show you the power of that. So VS Code you can download from, which is from Microsoft. VisualStudioCode.com. You can go and download for your Windows or Mac and download it. That's it. This will be how it will look like. So then you'll open VS Code. I already downloaded and installed it. It's simple. Just download and install and next. At the end, it will ask for checkbox. Enable right click open as folder in VS Code. These extensions will be enabled if you do right checkbox. For example, see that will come. So here we have open with VS Code, right? So that will be enabled whenever you install, right? At the end, you have tick box. You enable open with. So if you check that, then only this will come. Otherwise, this will not come, right? So now I have this. I will right click and go to open with VS Code. So now I can see the magic. So we'll see all the tags are in blue color, all the content in white color, right? I will do right click on format document, observe keenly. So now everything is aligned properly. And so the main tags are head, HTML and body. Whatever you write inside every tag, right, that will be having tab space like Python, which will be having indentation so that you can easily understand. So if you want to write some HTML file, you can directly mention this symbol, right, and enter it. So automatically after apostrophe and enter, it will automatically create the document. So if you are using IDE, then you will have these many advantages. So development will be faster. So if you write in Notepad, you will be there only for many years, right? Again, if I write something wrong, it will show as a red because previous line is not incompleted or completed properly. So that you need to take care of that so that everything is in blue. If something is red, then you see there is an error of that. So that is how HTML ID will work. So now we'll see the basic tags of the HTML tags and attributes. We just created our first HTML page and HTML elements and attributes and the document version. So basically, I can say this is the HTML5 version. I will say at the end anyway. So now in HTML, what is a tag? A tag is nothing but HTML tag which is enclosed with greater than and less than, and inside that it is having some content, right? So Here, this is the HTML head tag, which is having content. I will just show you in the material. I just already written it down actually. See, in the tag, title is a tag, right? Whatever inside the title, that will call as HTML content, which is in white color in reality. You just go see and up. You already know this, right? So whatever inside we will write, that we will call as attribute and value. The whole we will call as HTML element. Now see what is the HTML element here. So here, this we will call as a HTML element because you already know this is a tag. This is closing tag. This is opening tag. Whatever you insert, write it, that is HTML content, which is in white color. HTML content and HTML tag bothly combined as HTML element. And whatever you write inside the tag, which is key value pairs, name equal to viewport, content equal to device width, language equal to EN English, right? For that, we'll create a class and ID also. Class, Angular class, ID equal to some T0001, whatever the ID which is generated for you. So this we will call as attribute and value. Attribute and value. For every attribute and value, we need to give some space, at least one space that will be allocated with value with equal to, which is an assignment operator in any programming language you already know. So this is how HTML tag will differ. HTML attribute will differ. HTML element will be called as combinedly. Whatever you write inside, which is in white color, will call as HTML content. So that is the same which I already given in the material so that you can get the clarity of that. You got it right. So we have HTML versions. So nobody need to remember that. So basically history of HTML, if you see right from 1991. So you already know Tim Berners-Lee is the HTML creator, I can say, like Java, James Gosling, C. Charles Babbage. So like there will be some other person who already created first. From there it is, it is going. Now we are using HTML5. I am already telling you HTML and HTML5 means the latest version is HTML5. Previous version is HTML4, which is introduced in 1999. Why these many versions came? Because there might be a drawback in the previous version, which you can't use something. I will tell you the real-time example why HTML5 is released. Okay. Now, why HTML5? Till HTML4, we don't have some tags or some features. So this is anchor tag, right? I'll just click it. This is nothing but video tag, right? Just right click and inspect it. So video tag is not there in HTML4. If I'm still using HTML4, I might be back, right? So I want to use HTML5 because I want video tags in my, I can say where it is. See, there is a video tag, tab index. If I press tab, right, it will go to the next. So that is nothing but a tab index. See, this is changing, right? That is tab index. That is tab index inside the video. So video tag is not there in HTML4. And you see, this is nothing but mic icon. You see, this is a search icon, right? And this is the create icon. This is like bell icon. These icons are nothing but scalar vector graphics. Using SVG, we can create these icons. SVG, which is an XML based. So this is also not there in HTML4. Now think of, if you're not using HTML5, how can you design all this? That is a large drawback, right? You need to do some lot of code, external sources, and need to download that. That will be more secure, more less secure. So you need to write lots of code. But using HTML5, all will be decreased to single unit value. So that's why HTML5 we are using now. If you are using HTML5 means there will be a drawback in HTML4. That will become the advantages of HTML5. So that's why we are using HTML5. Now you see the differences between the syntaxes. This is the HTML5 document, which is simple doc type HTML. So now see the doc type of all HTML versions. There might be lengthy lines. Nobody can understand. So that will be a drawback. HTML5 is very simple. See, now this is HTML4, HTML1, right? So these many versions came. So that's why now HTML5 is very popular, which is doc type HTML. Now it's very simple. everyone can easily understand. If you want to, remember this public // and HTTP, definitely we lost that, right? We can't remember. With HTML5, that will be become also simple to make it as HTML5 document. Now, whatever you write, automatically browser will take as HTML5 only. If you don't write this tag, right, it can't able to understand whether it's HTML5 or not. So that you need to mention that. So that if you go to every browser, any website, if you go and inspect it, click here, select thing. So that will be HTML5 document only, because after 2014, websites are changed. 2004 or 2014 websites are changed. HTML5 we are using. Everything is migrated HTML5 because there is a need of usage of icons. If I enter here like search by image like a text instead of image, it will be very odd, right? Website will not look good. If I see this mic tag, by seeing the tag, I need to understand that is a mic so that we can speak. Speech to text, it will automatically convert so that we can understand. This is a search button so that I already know they no need to write search here, type this here. I will just put an icon so that if I click on it, it will search whatever you enter here. So that is what happened, which is a revolution in internet. You see, right? Image tags, this SVG. With this, internet is revolutionized. Go to LMS. You see video tag. Otherwise, I need to put YouTube link here. So that is very odd. If I put YouTube icon, you already know this is a YouTube link. If I put profile picture, you already know this is profile. You see logout, that off button. I see. Otherwise, I need to write click here to log out. Instead of that, I will put icon. You will see, okay, this is the logout button, right? This is the dashboard icon. This is the courses icon, right? So that it is the download icon. Otherwise, I need to put click here to download to syllabus. I can remove this click here also. I'll just put download syllabus. I can simplify, right? This is the folder. I can say you assume that will become some file. That will be PDF or document, whatever it may be. You assume that is a file because I put some folder icon, right? So you'll assume by just seeing the icons. That is also revolution. That's why we are using HTML5 now. When it comes to HTML5 part, I will tell you. But before that, I want to explain you the versions of the HTML5 document version, which is doc type HTML. That's why I told you different HTML types. Got it, right? So now we'll complete this module 3 also. Before that, I want to ask you any queries till this point. Any queries, Deepika, Divyasri, Vishnu? All clear, right? Yeah. So now we'll see the basic text. I want to write something. I want to write some paragraph, or I want to write some headings. Main heading, subheading, side heading. I want to write, or I want to write some bold text. See, there is a bold content. This is the light content. I want to write it. I want to write 2 power n. I want to write log 2 base 3. I want to write italic. For that, we have basic tags to write in the HTML. So that is the basic tags and formatting tags. Now let's see. We'll use the same document. Go to paragraph. I want to write some para content, right? You see, this is nothing but a paragraph, right? It's a paragraph. It is a description of the particular module. So now go and let's write something. So you see, it is having scroll bar. It should having this much length. Right click and do format document. It will get into this simpler thing so that you don't need to scroll right side much. So it will just cut it and get to the next line so that no need to scroll much. If I put in the same line for the n number of things, right? Then it might become you need to have scroll much. So see, scroll bar is increasing. If scroll bar is increasing, we'll get overhead. So if it is in the same space, I can go up and down, right? So this is better. That's why you need to do format document. So it will align properly. With the same window, you can just scroll up and down. So that is why you can format. And also see inside body, p tag is tab space so that we can align easily. We can close and open the HTML tag. See, again, if I write something inside the paragraph, again, we need to put the same kind. See, again, if I put paragraph into the same line of the P, right, which is inside, again, if you format, right, You need to get into tab space. Then only I can understand this inside paragraph is inside of the paragraph again. So something is inside one another, we need to give tab space. That is very important so that it will be easily to understand. So that maintenance will be easy for any person. So now I want to write heading, right? We have H1 to, if you press H, we have 6 headings. It will automatically populate. That is the power of the IDE. So now I want to save it and go browser every time. For that, I want to ease of access. Here, these are the icons. I will tell you this icon, Explorer. It will show the files if you open it. Folder, if you open, it will open all the folders which are open there. Because I open desktop HTML directly. Otherwise, I will do open folder, Angular batch. So it will open that particular folder. So you can see it is folder. It is having these files. Go to the search. If you want to search something, for example, if I want to search email, right? It is there in the HTML4.html here. It will second time it will be there. So I can do global search in that particular folder. This is the source control. This is for company people. They are me and Mahesh are working on the same project in the same company. Then I want to share the same resource and same coding, right? I want to update it. At the time I will connect with Git. So that we want to store our code in some place which will be GitHub. Someone will already know so that they will commit it. So many people work on the same project. So they will commit into that. They will share the code. That is repository, right? So this is nothing but debugging and running the application. This is nothing but VS Visual Studio Code Marketplace. I want to do some extension so that I can do ease of it. Otherwise, I will save it, right? I will save it and go to Google Chrome. And again, I need to refresh it. I don't want to do these many things. I have this live server. We have live server. This is live server. I already installed. So that's why we have this go live symbol, right? If I run this live server, it will start it and it will open that. So since it's opened here, so because it's opened with nothing but port number, which is 127.0.1, which is an IP address, which is the home IP address for the every system or every electronic device. This is nothing but the home IP address that is reserved for your local systems. For 140 crore people, there will be 140 million mobile devices, right? 140 crore mobile devices or laptops. Everyone will have this 127.0.0.1 as home IP address. Whatever you run your system, inside that will run on this particular IP address. Okay. And the port number for the live server. So in this world, there will be 65,535 ports. Angular is a technology which is for front end. It will occupy 4200. Java Tomcat will occupy 8080, right? Tomcat port 8080. React will use 3000. Python Django will use 8000. So the same way, this live server will work on some port number. Otherwise, there is no space for that in order to run it. It will rely on some port, which is some disk space that will be provided by the computer. So that's how it is. Port number is 5500. Then, since it is running in that particular home, in that particular folder, we have these 5 files which you need to run. You can select it. So that's how it is running. So every time if I do changes, right, it will automatically run. It will automatically update. So now I have H1, H2, H3, H4. You see, right, H1, H2, H3, H4, and H5. The same way you need to exit the same, right? Closing and ending. H4 and H5. So I want to write it. Hi, 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 hi. See, it's automatically updated because of live server is already added to our browser. I want to do something. So I want to do either as bold. I will do B tag, bold tag. I need to make this HTML as italic. I will do italic tag, which all are nothing but formatting tags. Right? So it is bold and somewhere it is HTML, it is italic, right? I want to do 2 power n, like 1st April, right? So this one we need to put as superscript, SUP. Then it will go to the powers. 1st April. I want to make it as log to base, like use it to. So subscript, that will call as subscript. We'll put into the subscript tag. Somewhere it will be there. You might see. Where is that? It is there. HTML is used to specify here. Here it is there, right? I'll just zoom it and show you, right? So that is how it will be happen. So now there are few more tags. So now see, formatting tags are nothing but inline tags. See, there is a paragraph. Again, I will write one more paragraph. It will come in new line only. See, it came in new line. Anyway, there are many tags inside that. I'll just put out of it. Yeah, we have 2 paragraphs, right? So I will remove this one also. See, so if we put 2 paragraphs, that paragraph will always starts with a new line that we'll call as block element. So you see this bold, italic, this superscript, this subscript, everything will be in the same line even though you apply, that we'll call as inline tags. If everything starts with a new line, that we'll call as block tag or block element or inline element. That is how we need to call it. So these are the basic HTML tags. Just go through this material, just download this, right? Download this and do this assignment. So once you download, you see head tag, formatting tags, bold tags, italic tags. And you know, some of the websites, if they result the new updates, the line will move like left to right, like a train. That will be mark you tag. I will tell you that tag. Mark you. Results will be announced soon. So that will be mark you tag. That is also HTML tag. So we will change the direction. I think we have align top, align left or top. I think direction or alignment. Direction align to. Let's see the direction of that. Mark you tag alignment. There will be a syntax for that. 1 second. Mark you tag align left or align right. Direction only. Direction up, down, left, right, which I put the first time, right? So direction is top, direction is right. See, it is coming right now. If I put left, not top, up and down, not top, up and down. It will take up and down. See, it is coming, it is going up. If I put down, it will go down. It will go down. So this is nothing but whatever you write inside the open tag, that will be called as attribute and value. So attribute will be light sky blue color, value will be in light brownish color, so that you can differentiate that. So now you see, this is the HTML tag, open and close tag, whatever you write inside that, it will be the content which is in white color, and which is an attribute which is in light sky blue color, which will write in only open tag, not in closing tag. Closing tag will not have space here. Closing tag will be this only, not more than this. You no need to write here also. You should write in opening tag only. You should not write in closing tag. If you write in closing tag, then see that will not apply. That will not apply. You need to apply in opening tag only, then only it will apply. So that is the importance of the tags. And color codes. You already know RGB, red, green, blue, HSL, hue, saturation, opacity, and hexa value. Everything will be color codes. And direct colors also we have. For example, I will say style. color blue. So directly colors we have blue, black, pink, etc. So we cannot differentiate. I want to change some different color, right? So then you see how HTML color codes will be there. So not only HTML, everything will be added like this only. So now I want only red. I will put red as 255 because you already know in computer 255 is the maximum value of a byte. Then I will give green as 0. I will give blue as 0. Then it will become pure red. If I give RGB red 255 green 0 and blue 0, then its value in hexa value will be FF 400, 4 zeros. If you want to increase the decrease the intensity of the red, I'll just decrease it. Then R might value change, red and green and blue might value increase. So now this value will be decreased. So it will change this. Again go to that. So I will get the different color. So the same way here in byte splash, here this blue color will be not blue or sky blue. I created our own color. Go to RisePict and inspect. So this will be hash 007-1BT. So I created here only. You go here and you enter here 007-1BT. That is the color which we are using. So if you can apply this using hash, or you can put RGB, or you can directly give some pink or red, it will come. So this is the HTML color codes which we can apply. I can apply directly this one also. I will apply this to marquee tag so that you can see the difference. See. So those many colors we can apply. Again, I will apply RGB also. For RGB, we don't need to use hash. 240, 11, 12, 12, 12. So it is applied. Or I can apply 200 for green. So that will become yellow because red and green will be combined and will create the new color which is yellow, which is having blue as. If I give 120 for blue again, that might change. See, that is changed. If I give again 200 for blue, that intensity got changes, right? So that is how colors will change. So that is the importance of HTML color codes. Everything you can pick up as a color code and you can create your own color. So that is what about HTML color code. So that is the color code what we added here. So that is about the third module, which is HTML color codes, right? Here you have some tasks. Please practice it and comes to the tomorrow's class. So we'll continue all this continuation. Okay. Everything is clear till this point. Rahman, clear now? Huh? Raman. Sorry. Deepika, Divyasri, Vishnu, all are clear, right? So this session is already recorded. You might know. I will just upload this, and once you submitted your details, right? So you will get LMS access. So once you submitted your details by end of the day, your admission might complete, right? So then you'll get the LMS access. You will get all the recorded videos like